The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, and it reads, "At least Shantan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to called Loyam, by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Chakodesh Batham. I want to say double honors to the elders, the apostles of the great millstone who do teach and rule well. I want to say peace and salutations to the Akim, that's the four corners of the earth, show the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Aquat out there listening and learning. Lord, willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad and in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. It's the brother Yahweh Sop, and I'm coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Shemiel Shah. And pretty much, this lesson was inspired by, I was watching these videos. I'll be following, keeping up with, the news and different economists. Pretty much, and I watched this particular economist, and he brought out some information that I'm not sure how many people are aware of. I know it was news to me, and then it kind of coincided with something that the elder Yashawamba from Dallas was speaking on, because we're living in a time of prophecy. Scriptures talk about. Matter of fact, let me get the book of Revelations, chapter 19 and verse 11. That's verse 10. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse Salakia, Revelation chapter 19 verse 10, and it reads, "I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not." Now this is the Apostle John, who basically was having visions, and it was an angel that appeared before him, and he basically fell at his feet to worship the angel, but the angel said, see thou do it not. He told him not to do it. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren. It says that have the testimony of Yahweh Shah, who you people ignorantly call Yahweh Shah. True name is Yahweh Shah Mashiach in the Paleo Hebrew. Yahweh Shah meaning he saves or he deliverer. It says, worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy. So if you are in this truth, this ministry is based on prophecies. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, because the spirit of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy. And that's why we are constantly going into prophecies. Matter of fact, I got another one. And you know how spiritual this is. This is like the third time I done did this video. Hopefully, third time is a charm. You know what I'm saying? It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, showing you the importance of prophecy. Because to prophesy is to say before, and the Bible, is a book of mournings, lamentations, and woes, and a book of prophecies. It's a book of history, but it's also, that's the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shah. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." So who's the people of the Most High God, Yahweh Shemi Shah? Yahweh meaning he exists or he is to be. Salakia. Yahweh meaning he is, he to be. He is, he exists, or he to be. Yahweh Ba'Shem meaning in the name. Yahweh Shah meaning he saves or he deliverer. He delivers. He deliverer, which are the true names of the Most High God and the Son, who you people English call God and Jesus Christ. And he's telling, the men that were set up as watchmen, the prophets, because the prophets were known as seers, the visionaries, because we could see this thing from afar off. That's why it says, "Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua." So these words are basically the Lord's. All we're doing is reading out the scriptures, and we were given that eye salve to see these things and line them up with the scriptures. That's why we are constantly in the news. We're constantly watching. The scriptures talk about measuring out the time diligently in the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9. So we measuring. What's the measuring tool? The scriptures. We're taking what's going on in the world and pretty much lining it up with what's written and prophesied in the scriptures. And it says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Because the scriptures tell you in the book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11, it says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." So, the Most High God, the things that, all these things that are taking place were written. The scriptures talk about declaring the end from the beginning. So the end was already declared before the end has already taken place in the heavens. We're just waiting for it to physically play out. That's why we were already pretty much, you hear the statement brothers will say about how the end began with Yahushua pretty much was crucified and rose to heaven to sit at the right hand side of our Father, our big brother, our Lord and Savior Yahushua Mashiach, sitting at his seat of glory. But the scriptures tell you about how the Most High God is going to send him back. The scriptures talk about how Yahushua Mashiach, the day of vengeance burning in his heart. So, like, I'm a little bit all over the place because I'm hoping that this don't cut off again. I'm hoping this is the third time of charm because this third time. And you know how when it's getting good to you, you in the spirit, and you flowing. And I look down and damn, this little thing will be gone. I'm like, the little tab. I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, the Lord did that. Call Elohim Layah Bashim Shah. So the scriptures talk about the money felon. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get there. And that took place before, and that's gonna take place again because you got to understand these devils search out all things, and if it works, they'll continue to use it. That's why you have what's that? Order out of chaos. You know what I mean? They because pretty much these different tactics they've used. Division and divide and conquer and all these different things like they're doing that now. They brought in these illegals for a purpose, and it's multiple agendas to it. You know what I mean? But it's to incite anger in the people. You got all this going on with North Carolina. You got these people lost their homes. We've hearing about these different talking points about they found lithium mines and whatnot. But and they've been trying to get a hold to them lithium mines. So it could be the HAARP, which it could very well be, but ultimately it still goes back to the Lord. But with the Kamala Harris campaign, pretty much saying that it's $750 allotted to FEMA for each family, yet and still they're sending millions of dollars over to Lebanon, which those Israelis are destroying. So again, but this is done on purpose because like if you looked at the Paris Olympics, what were they trying to do? Bring out persecution. And I constantly speak on it. The last time I was part of the camp, well, that's not true. I think it was like I left the camp that Monday. We went on camps on Saturday. It was a situation. We fellowship Sunday, and I left the camp Monday. But he came out on Saturday, and what I got out of that was literally persecution. The way he set it up is just, that dude's a true demon. You know what I mean? But with that all being said, he's what's the word? He serves a purpose though. He's set up. The scriptures tell you in the book of Romans, all things work to the good of those that love him. So everything serves its purpose because everything, the Most High God, tells you all things obey the Most High God's will. Salakia, because I know again I'm all over the place, but the scriptures tell you in the book of Genesis chapter 47 and verse 13, it says, "And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine." And these devils, again, they have done a diligent search, so they use things that's written in the scriptures to, they use tactics, to further their purpose. You know what I mean? Food has always been used as a weapon in war. The longshoremen strike not only because you got people that don't realize that even those couple of days it being slowed down or stopped affected the supply chain. You got to understand, they said every day it was down, it was for like $5 billion. And what a lot of people don't even understand, because of course a lot of people wasn't even aware of what was going on, but especially our people. But at the same, I mean, and I talked to a lot of our people, when it was going on, and I know that for a fact. I could actually be a witness to that. But what a lot of people don't realize is it's only suspended. It's not over with because they negotiated, they came to terms, but that contract still has to be renewed. So they agreed to continue working up until January. And then they have to go and, to the negotiations again. And you got to understand, you can never trust the devil, So if the whole push is to get their jobs to go to automation anyway, why would they agree to never allow their jobs to be, basically taken over by robots and automation. Don't make no sense. So through the spirit, you can feel something big is brewing. So modern day Egypt is Babylon the Great, aka America. And you know, like I said, you can already see, it's certain famines to a degree. I mean, famine is not a complete lack of food. It's just a scarcity of food, or the inability to get to food. And like I said, like with you know Joseph, which was the son of Jacob or Israel when his name got changed to Israel. He had 12 sons. And Joseph was one of them. I believe he was one of the youngest, but he was the highly favored one. You know, and basically, I mean, I'm not gonna go into the whole details of the account, but his brothers were jealous, so they pretty much left him for dead and sold him into. No, they didn't. They sold him. They was gonna kill him, but they pretty much the one brother, I forgot who it was. I want to say it was Reuben. He talked his brothers into. I don't want to butcher it either. But one of the brothers talked his other brothers into pretty much not killing him, but selling him into slavery. And ultimately, it was all the will of the Lord, showing you how the Most High God ruleth in the kingdom of man. That was all set up to preserve the nation of Israel when you actually read the account. But, you had days of famine at that time, and you had days of plenty. And Joseph was given and blessed, he's blessed by the Most High to have a dream to know what to do in that time of plenty and the time of famine. So Jacob and them were dwelling, I believe, I forgot what area, I need to tune up on that. But they were dwelling in another land, and because the famine was so scarce, it tells you that. And in the land of Canaan, I believe it was in the land of Canaan. So, in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, pretty much Israel had to send his sons to go find food. And they had to go to the land of Egypt. It says, and Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought, and Joseph brought the money to Pharaoh's house. Because basically, Joseph, although was sold into slavery, he was blessed by the Most High God. The Most High God allowed him to raise in stature in that land, to the point where he became like the viceroy of the land of Egypt, where he was pretty much like the second of command under Pharaoh. So Joseph had power. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, "Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth." And we're seeing this take place now. Pretty much they're putting everybody in a situation where if you don't have complete faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you're going to look towards man. Scriptures talk about in the book of Isaiah chapter 30, and I believe 31, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. And Egypt is the one plotting. And this devil is doing enough stuff right now in your face, to show you that they the devil. The elder Yashawamba just did a very informative Yapa lesson, and going into, like, it's a lot of division. They talk about what's going on in North Carolina. They talk about how FEMA is pretty much disrupting, aid that's coming to those people. They talking about there's thousands of people dead that they're not reporting, which I can see all that. It's too much going on. Something big is about to take place. We just had the whole Bank of America situation with the outage, where customers pretty much couldn't access their account. And you're not hearing too much about it. All you're hearing is Bank of America saying pretty much the problem almost fixed. Now, I won't say that this is bank runs, but at the same time, you've had another bank or 3 other banks in the UK just go through the same similar situation. So if they're not bank runs, pretty much it could be the beginning or the onstart of it. You got to understand. And the thing is, once you put your money in the bank, it's no longer your money. So these things, like I said, what the government's doing to piss off the people, like I said, because you got them sending money to, fight for these wars in the Ukraine and Israel and, or those Israelis and, saying fuck the people and taking care of the migrants while you got the citizens here actually upset and distraught. But can't you see what they're doing? Why do you think they put out that movie Civil War? Predictive fucking programming. It's witchcraft to a degree. And, the scriptures tell you no enchantment worketh on Jacob. So for the elect, this is not going to work. The elect going to know not to, get involved with this. The elect is going to rely on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But the 2/3, because they're going to be joined on to Esau Edom. Esau Edom is a warlike people. and all they know is carnality. So these, these Edomites that pretty much believed in the American dream, these middle class Edomites that's losing, because pretty much a lot of the shit that's going on as far as the economy has affected the middle class Edomites more than anybody. Jake been impoverished. So Jake, feel it to a degree, but not like that. If you know how to survive, most Jakes that's impoverished know how to survive. They've been doing it. When I look and see who really taking the stripping, is these middle class Edomites. I'll be laughing at these Edomites I'll be working with. I've worked with Jake, and now they doing it so cold. I mean, it's a lot of Northern Kingdom. It's been 3 Northern Kingdom guys. Either one quit, one got fired, and then the other one just got let go. And it wasn't because of his work, because I was watching this Edomite, Salakia, slip of the tongue but not of the heart. I was watching this Ephraimite bust his ass, but they kept me, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. Because as long as you pleasing the Lord gonna dwell with you and take care of you. And I did some shit that get you fired just that same day. Call Lord that the Lord spared me. But they let go of him that same day. Because he didn't know Yahweh Shem Shah. And through the spirit, I didn't even think to say nothing to him about it. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell he was, a 2/3 nigga lightweight. But, at the same time, you're supposed to mark the 2/3 as well. But, Salakia. So, we watching the money fail. That's what the beginning, like we're in the beginning of those birth pains. So, and this thing's gonna catch a lot of people off guard. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1, and it reads, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, because those that have the spiritual eyesight, we see what time we're living in. We see this place is going down the drain. And like I said, and every day more and more is taking place. You know what I mean? Like the elder Yashawamba said, there's so much going on in the spirit, you can't even really speak on everything in one video. You know what I mean? If you would have to, again, I made a statement at Cap last week. If you literally can't come up with a subject, the spirit ain't dwelling with you. The spirit ain't dealing with you. I mean, it's too much to talk about. You know what I mean? Like the fuck, and it's all prophetic. Call law Yahweh Shem Shah. Verse 2, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." It's spiritual, because I was talking to this Jake female, and she like we got offended. I think it was the demon on her. Like we got offended because our brothers, we be so much in the scriptures, we quote scriptures while we talking. You know what I mean? Can't help it. It's within you. You know what I mean? Well, I know I do. So long story short, she got offended, but she had just told me she went to church. So in my mind, automatically, I'm like, you know what? I ain't even about to fuck with this bitch. Tell me why she come up out of the blue talking about, I was reading this about Project 2025. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So the spirit, I'm like, this is the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Like, because she want to believe she's spiritual. Like she's taking, because that's what a spiritual person or this new age spirituality shit is. They take things from, like the elders say, you got these Israelites that'll listen to a little bit of Sicaria, a little bit of IUIC, a little bit of GMS, all these different camps, and make their own doctrine, which if your doctrine ain't sound, you ain't got the truth. Everything's supposed to line up, link up, and make sense. You know what I'm saying? But I asked her, like, what is the day of the Lord? And I was like, because since you're so spiritual, you got this unction from the Most High, and she couldn't answer it. And when you go into scriptures, when you understand what the day of the Lord is judgment. It's judgment day. But again, I found it amazing because I was about to write this bitch off, and she literally, like I said, come with the Project 2025. So I'm about to play it through the spirit. Do I send her the elder's video? Because if she awake today and she trying to post shit, and she wondering why her shit getting flagged and taken down. And I'm like, well, damn, do you really want to know why? And the elder video, his just latest news and prophecy, the elder Yashawambas was going into the, how they going to police the internet and what they try to do. And, like, I was like, damn, that's cold. So call law Yahweh Shem Shah. Maybe this will wake her up or maybe it won't. But it's other way she's going to be marked. Verse 3, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." And that's how it was with that longshoreman strike. Because, like I said, I met like 15 women off of this app. What was that app on Facebook? That Facebook dating shit. You know what I mean? I was just bored one day. You know what I mean? Because I use Marketplace a lot. I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Just bored. You know what I mean? Like you say, and it's funny to me too, because it's like at the end I never use this shit. Brothers that know me know my mindset on a female is like, a bitch can only do a couple things. I ain't trying to get to know you, you know what I mean? But for whatever reason, the Lord had me do that, and then all these females bit. And I'm like, is the Lord trying to be funny or what? Like I say, I mean, my mindset's still the same, but just to see a pulse to the minds of the people are not aware. These women ain't thinking about what we talking about. They not thinking about what we preaching. That is the end. Every female I was trying to tell them, this might happen. It was funny because the Sherman strike actually, like I said, it suspended it. So I'm like, oh, this shit about to go and it's gonna be bad. And then the Lord, made it tarry. Let me get that. Habakkuk chapter 2. Salakia. Habakkuk chapter 2. In verse 2, and it says, and the Lord answered me, said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that read of it. So we don't got to make this, truth all about gimmicks. You just break the scriptures down and give the people what they need to try to, in hopes of being saved. The truth is simple. It's not complicated. It's this world that makes shit complicated with all these entanglements of lies. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So the vision is the prophecies. And the Lord prophesied the money felon. I just read it in Genesis chapter 47. Though it tarry, wait for it. So though it slow down, wait for it, because it will surely come to pass, or because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So it's going to come. It's going to, like I read in Isaiah chapter 55, all the words of the Lord should not be void, but should accomplish basically what the Lord set them out for them to do. And I know I just butchered that, Salakia. But so just like how that caught them off guard, I didn't even know I had to pull it up. Just like the longshoreman thing caught them off guard, because I witnessed that with my own eyes. It was out of 15 people, only 2 people knew what was going on. It said this vision is for the future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. So again, like I said, the scriptures tell you that the Most High God is a man that he cannot lie. First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them, and shall prevail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So, this is already set forth in stone. Salakia, fuck. So, let me get this. So I gotta get it again. So it says, Metro, come on. It says Metro, 3 major banks go down, leaving thousands without access to funds. And again, we know that took place in the Babylon the Great with Bank of America, and it's going to take place with a lot more banks. It says a major UK bank is down, leaving thousands unable to access their online accounts. Customers are unable to access their money at NatWest, RBS, and Ulster Bank due to a web outage. The Royal Bank of Scotland, a subsidiary of NatWest Group, said the company was experiencing connection issues. An online post reads, we have been receiving reports that the online banking and mobile apps are experiencing connection issues. We are currently looking into getting this resolved. Thank you. Thanks so much for your patience. We're sorry for any inconvenience. Please try again later. And, that's pretty much was the same sentiment of Bank of America. Like, we gonna get it up and running. Just have patience with us. But this is gonna actually cause uproars. This is gonna cause 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And that's why the elder keep on saying that we're in the time of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, because this is gonna bring one people standing up against another with swords in their hands. They're not gonna regard the kings or princes, and the course of their actions to stand in their own power. This is gonna bring a lot of chaos and turmoil. 2 Timothy chapter 3, in the last days, perilous times shall come. So, I'm going to end with this final scripture. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, and starting at verse 19, it says, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because in the book of Proverbs, it says silver and gold, profit not in it said Salakia. I was changing the scripture, Salakia Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It says riches profit not in the day of the Lord's wrath, roughly paraphrased. So, your money is not going to save you. Scriptures tell you in the book of Isaiah chapter 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, strength of salvation. The Lord is our treasure, roughly paraphrased. So God, and I'm gonna skip down to verse 25, because at the end of the day, the scriptures tell you in Ezekiel, the end is come, the end is come. Behold, basically, and evil and only evil is coming. Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. Bad times is approaching. We're in bad times, and worse times to come. It's only going to get worse. It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Just like 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. So if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, commandments of your power, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, meaning he is or he exists, by Hashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning he saves or he is deliverer, or you will be destroyed. And with that, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Elohim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kodash Rakatham. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who do teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations with whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom, and Kwam Yashar Allah. Shalom, and Mawat Lababal. And by the way, call Elohim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because it actually recorded this time. 3 times is, the elder Apostle Tahar was just talking about 3 times speaking, and it gets that's called Elohim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Shalom.